Здорово.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception. Time to twirl! This big diamond, it's all yours! Time to twirl! You won't get away. Stars echo! Time to twirl! This big diamond, it's all yours! Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Time to twirl!
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
This big diamond, it's all yours! Harmony and unison. Stars echo. Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception. Time to twirl! Time to twirl! This big diamond, it's all yours! Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Give me strength! Time to twirl! This big diamond, it's all yours! You won't get away. Time to twirl!
Согласен, от ламбафни. Здорово, кстати.
The harmony will soon play in unison. I'm gonna hold everyone back again. Stars echo.
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
Time to twirl. This big diamond, it's all yours. Time to twirl. Time to twirl. Time to twirl.
Careful. Don't get too lost in those sweet dreams.
Ну чё, сюжетик. Родион на пиноконе. Конец сюжета.
The tour is over, and it's time for some rest.
Интересно, чем же закончится?
Wake up! Hey, wake up! The sun's frying your butt. Are you okay? Can you... Hey, I was seriously worried when you didn't respond. Even though it's been a day, I still break into a sweat when I think about it. Our I'm so jealous that you got a good night's sleep. I was traumatized and too scared to even close my eyes. I thought of a natural beauty like the Stellaron was sealed while you were
Природная
sleeping.
красота, блядь.
The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like, the Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to a halt. After all, now all the major lineages, except for the Oak family, are dealing with the aftermath. The family has invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for an important meeting. Everyone's waiting for you, so hurry up and pack. We're leaving as soon as you're ready.
На переговоры, конечно, давайте пошлите. Я самый деловой человек на земле.
After all this craziness, it's a massive airship, and it's awesome. I heard it's never shown to the public. Only VIP guests of the family get to board it, and the Iris family sent us a bunch of souvenirs. Fruit baskets, plus this fancy... The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony, the family's official now all the Why the sudden interest in that? Well, I was dragged into the sweet dream. And then I dreamed about stuffing my face with delicious food and going on a shopping spree. Sunday didn't seriously believe that was the life I wanted, right? Breaking free from that. Yeah, let's let's go. We've got some time before we board the ship.
Что-то мне подсказывает, что сюжетка будет короткой. Блять, не может быть она длинной, мне кажется. Ну как в Сянчжоу была, типа эпилог. Ну, конец сюжетки он был очень короткий. Мне кажется, такая же хуйня будет там на часик максимум. Если все читать.
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up to your dreamscape expectations?
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond. Oh, just a heads up. You're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so keep a low profile. And this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's gotta be a whole new experience for you, right?
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life.
Только этого мне в жизни не хватало.
Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say that. Don't worry. I've hacked all the systems and left no Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these two...
Thank you.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love this fake name. Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I hear the Genius Society is here. How about we go stir up some excitement?
Well, you know my script isn't over yet.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities. How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens.
You may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you've already made up your mind, and no words will Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Penacony, get one for me too. Just swipe my
Нихуя
card.
себе.
You know the pin.
Нихуя себе. Кавка дает распоряжаться своими бабосами.
She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep them for yourself. Oh, by the way, Blade didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Penacony.
Got it. He was just worried about me. Relax, Silverwolf. You know me. I won't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka, as she never refuses. That's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
Нихуя себе. Сюжет от лица Топаз. Нихуя. Неожиданно.
Welcome, Director Topaz. The family ambassadors are still inside making preparations, but the big boss...
Huh. Quite a spectacle. The family... I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location for the conference. I didn't expect...
About this, Director. I've asked around. This airship named... This conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Penacony's future. Such an important event should have been held at it. The atmosphere here...
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it, this influential figure either has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement, or they plan to put pressure on us to make us back off.
Oh, your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss arrives, please remind her to be cautious and watch out for...
Thank you for the reminder, but I don't think that will be necessary. When she's at the table, it's the others who need to be cautious. Just tell everyone on our team to stay focused on their tasks and not worry about the negotiations.
Oh, got it.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious consequences.
Got it. Thank you.
Just completely face planted.
Вы что, ебетесь?
None of the important figures have arrived yet. Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while. Such a bustling place. I think I'll take a little walk around. Oh, are you hungry, Numby? Food in the dream. Numby! Ooh, oops, not to your liking, huh? Oh, sorry.
Нихуя себе. Это че, я могу за пробный топаз ходить, блядь, сундуки искать? Давай еще видишь? Нормально. Ой, еще сундук нашел. Блядь, была бы у меня топаз. Че, еще видишь? Не видишь, да?
Ooh, free stuff.
И, конечно, жопу уменьшили, но все равно неплохо.
Greetings, madame. What can I do for you?
Hello. Could you tell me more about...
I assume you are the ambassador of the IPC Strategic Investment Department. The radiant Felspar is owned by Mr. Odie Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. Mr. Alfalfa invested a significant amount...
Oh, so it's owned by old Odie himself. No wonder the ship is so lavish.
Indeed. Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable taste. Only the most prestigious guests. Please allow me to continue my introduction. The radiant Felspar had been cruising over the sea of...
Reverberation? Such a formal way...
Following the previous reverberation in the sweet dream, thankfully, the factors that disrupted the dreamscape have been resolved. However, due to, well, certain special reasons, the Charmony Festival, or so, Mr. Alfalfa suggested relocating the Charmony Festival to the Radiant Felspar. Taking this up...
Well, that would meet the family's needs and also create momentum for Mr. Alfalfa himself. Thank you for explaining matters to me.
So many buttons. How many centuries would it take to press them all? Huh. Didn't expect those pooches to actually
Huh? What are these?
For your safety, please stay away from those objects.
For my safety? Are these buttons something dangerous?
Not exactly. Lately, there's been a prankster in the Sweet Dream who's been handing out strange button devices. According to those involved, he said something like, just press this button and all of Penacony will explode. Luckily, no one believed him. Still, the Bloodhound family collect...
What will happen if you press it? Hasn't that...
Well, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony? All the guests... Anyway, the family will deal with these things. Please, kindly keep your distance.
Hello? The Talent Motivation Department? Again? Internal review? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time. The way I handled the Urilla case was approved by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are complete. Can't you check on them yourselves? I just don't understand. Why are you so fixated on this minor case and constantly escalate?
Sounds exhausting. Why not just hang up? In my opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal for the department. It's been a while, little Yelena. I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble? You can tell me anything. Just like old times.
It's been a while.
Блин, такая касценка, вот они сейчас ебаться начнут.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal. No need for...
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that. After all...
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stonehearts, I need you to be at your best. Especially since the upcoming negotiations. As sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference.
I believe old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits.
That's true, and it works in our favor.
If we can reach some sort of agreement with old Oti beforehand, and gauge our opponent...
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that as the head of the Alfalfa family, his actions suggest that the 5 lineages might not be as united as long as the influence of harmony hasn't completely permeated their core. Personal desires will always have their way. Thankfully, influential figures in Penacony, it's similar to the power struggles within the IPC. The supposed all-for-one philosophy shared by the 5 lineages. It's just a slogan now that the Dream Master has gone.
After the downfall of the Yoke family, old Oti's faction became the dominant force in Penacony. Even if we consider only the succession order, He's the longest serving.
Yes. That's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy. It's like...
Absolutely. The 3 steps of negotiation. Listen, test, and strike. That's what you taught me.
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarilo case.
That was...
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but the family head is ready.
Time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that esteemed supporting actor. Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Penacony. Aventurine has already made a small...
Первый шаг сделал. Авантюрин там вообще, ебать, нахуй вертел, блядь.
Welcome aboard my ship. Please, have a seat. Let's have a pleasant conversation. Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of it.
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in person. You may not be aware, but the book Odi Alfalfa, the biography, is a must-read.
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who's...
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts from the Strategic Investment Department. I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to the point.
The future of Penacony, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely. Those few words represent a terribly complicated situation indeed. Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself killed. But wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
The wisdom and experience you've accumulated over 10 Amber Eras are truly impressive. Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's act?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. However, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony. Old Oti won't sit idly by.
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on if you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during...
One of our P45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence during the Charmony Festival, Penacony's credibility has taken a hit in the public's eyes. Despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are...
You used the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition, and curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by self-listing.
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC and go public on a universal scale.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire... Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose. This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Their level of intellectual thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated. The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe...
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right moment, and if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make...
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move, please.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of information. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments, and to respond on behalf of the IP...
Of course. Take your time, dear ladies.
The Alfalfa family had a meeting with the IPC?
I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said it was to return the favor. It's not hard to imagine. Penacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces casting greedy eye. Instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats, Penacony would rather take a step back.
Well, no wonder they sought the mediation from the Astral Express. In your opinion?
I don't think the followers of the Harmony are completely innocent victims in all of this. For reasons unknown, they have if either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Penacony, it would return to its previous illusory dream of hedonism and the efforts of the... There you are. Did you rest well?
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep... Ah, she went to negotiate with the family as a representative of the crew. She'll
After Anna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the Montour system soon arrived and swiftly took control of the situation.
The mastermind behind the plans was confirmed to be Gopher Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was... He'll face a trial.
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charmony Festival. They believe the family failed to safeguard, while quite different from the truth. This appears...
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep. Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll Here's a toast, with 3 glasses... What are you talking about? It's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion. When will the Astral Express leave Penacony?
We'll stay a bit longer, but not too long.
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell. Music? Atmosphere? Ah, maybe... let's see. The mixed drink should be solemn... dignified, and you to the nameless, resting in peace. Ready to mix your drink? I'm not sure. I haven't seen him since our last meeting at the lounge. We used to discuss everything here. But every time he'd leave, I'd realize that I didn't know him. I have a hunch. Perhaps he's already... Before we start, would you like...
Guess what? Something weird just happened when I was on my way over here. So I unwrapped it and found out it was a button with a message on the back. Of course not. By the time I turned around, the person had already vanished. So I handed it over to a near... I'm really worried.
It's rare for all passengers to leave the Express together during a trailblazing expedition. Given the conductor's presence, there's no need to worry about it. However, in my dream, the Express stopped at many places, and passengers came and went. However, perhaps this could be a deep-seated desire inside me. No related records exist in the databank, but I have a theory. The hidden dangers of the Order. However, now that more powers in the universe are aware of this secret, like I said, we'll go and see.
This trailblazing expedition has been thrilling and memorable. Hopefully we've all gained insights about ideal. One bird longs for the earth, and the other longs for the sky. Even if Robin had to stop her brother with her, however, facing punishment from the Harmony is inevitable. He will face a trial. Since the family took up residence in Penacony, the Order has been hiding in plain sight under the guise of the Oak family, using the Stellaron's power to... That's the claim the family makes. Whether they were truly unaware of all this is Venturine's efforts finally earned the IPC a seat at the table. As a result, a more senior representative arrived in Penacony and initiated negotiations. As far as the Astral Express is concerned, the IPC will make for an invaluable out. Well, it was somewhat surprising. In that dream, I returned to my homeworld and reunited with my long-lost. When I realized that her conclusion was not preserved in memories, The conclusion of a journey can often be sorrowful. All we can do is...
Ready to mix your drink? Before we start, would you like to... All right, I think I have an idea about what drink to make. Here's Bitter Dreams, the least popular drink in this bar. It's not a bad choice. Let's...
Память о вас останется в аналах истории. В аналах. Ок.
Words always fall short. If you want to bring closure to past events at this lounge, blend all your memories and emotions together and stir them well. Through the filter of time. Well, it's done. Here's to the nameless resting in peace. Death is a bitter truth. But what you did will be remembered by... We're not accepted by the outside world, so... And one day, our souls will reach... Cheers. Oh, are you leaving? Well, then take this with you. I've mixed more of this last special drink for you. The past shouldn't be forgotten.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too. Alright, enough with the heavy stuff. Whether it's the Astral Express or Penacony, there's still a long journey ahead. And embark towards our tomorrows.
Old Odie is a tricky opponent. I didn't expect him to take the risky step of go-
Indeed. He's definitely bold. It's that kind of still. The outcome is uncertain. Shouting loud doesn't necessarily carry any weight. What about the phone call I asked you to make, Topaz?
Ah, they agreed. But it'll take some-
Just as it should be. The sweet dew should be served.
Looks like we'll be skipping the exchange.
Now that we're dealing with a greedy merchant, a simple apple... Now I'm a bit curious, Topaz. Do you think Penacony is a quality asset?
Yes. Despite its recent calamity, Penacony remains a top quality asset within the cosmos.
Well, that's obvious. But what I truly wanted to know is... This...
That's true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for venturing.
But despite that, you trust him. You even entrusted him with a cornerstone. Something as precious as life itself.
Are you not in the same boat, Miss Jade? Without us playing along, your Jade Stone wouldn't have made it across the border so easily, allowing you to see all desires that flow through dreams to gain a bargaining chip in negotiations. That's why I'm willing to stake my Topaz Stone to cover for you.
Once that kid sets his mind to something, nothing can stop him. Not even fate.
Looks like, we've strayed off topic, Miss Jade.
No need. I'll go it alone. Meanwhile, you can go greet our honored...
Okay.
Is that Robin? Huh. She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar. There's a good child. Do as you're told. There's a good child. Do as you're told. Greetings, Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Miss Jade? Greetings. The opening ceremony for the Charmony Festival has been moved to the Radiant Feldspar. How about you? Have you spoken with Mr.
I'm actually on my way to meet him right now. Do you know him well?
Unfortunately, I've never met him. I've only heard a few comments from the former head of the Oak family. Mr. Alfalfa is respectable when it comes to business, but in other respects...
Where do you think?
I believe the sweet dream will see its rebirth, just like the Radiant Feldspar resumed its voyage. The Harmony needs a new direction. Only by bidding farewell to the past can we actually... There are no permanent allies or everlasting enemies. So let's both...
Naturally. I'm looking forward to your performance.
See you later, Miss Jade.
Not exactly eye-catching. Is that all? Hardly worth the bother. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Alfalfa. Let's continue our
Figured out something already, Miss Jade?
Topaz has something else to take care of. You'll be seeing her later.
Is it just me, miss? Your tone...
I need to set a good example for my junior. It's not a good habit to be too loose. Now we can speak frankly and openly. Do you believe what I said, Odie? You're not the only merchant who has...
Interesting. Now that's good. It's good to be straightforward. Openness and transparency.
Unfortunately, I'd like to speak the harsh truth before laying out my plan. Let's cut to the chase. Second, you can't stop the IPC from entering Penacony. We've got all the time and connections in the world to find a way in. We'll keep tearing down and rebuild. Now, I'm repeating your words exactly. If you don't want to be a laughingstock and have everyone gunning for you at the official conference...
Interesting. You surely have a way with words. Now, I'm curious to...
Mr. Alfalfa, let's not forget that the IPC controls the biggest interstellar publicity platform. More than half the news networks in the universe. The moment news spreads about Penacony going public, trillions of customers will immediately receive a message like this. The family's protection for Penacony has expired. Any mishaps in the dreamscape could result in permanent brain death. Care to guess how many ways we have to turn alfalfa credits into worthless junk within a measly 24 system hours?
You really think you can pull that off?
Even from Pier Point, as distant as it may be, I'm more than capable of keeping you on a... However, if you agree to give up that half-baked plan to go public, the IPC will assure you that we'll never jeopardize... After all, we also need allies here in Astana. The IPC can assist Penacony with financing, starting by acquiring 30% equity shares. With our financial support, stabilizing and rebuilding Penacony will be a piece...
30% equity, you say? Who can guarantee...
That's the brilliant part of it all. The answer is simple. No one. There are no guarantees. It all hinges on self... You're a smart merchant, old Odie. Isn't the whole purpose of this elaborate game to showcase your business acumen and seek more benefits for the family? It benefits us if we both take a step back. And if that's not enough for you, I'm pretty sure that another goal of making Penacony go public is to expand the I understand your concern. And I have a...
Fine. Now I see your sincerity. However, as their chosen one, I still need...
Go ahead. I'm listening.
When I was a child, I heard the adults recite the tale of the ancient Ember Era, about the ascension of Xipe, the Harmony, and the Order and the Preservation used to be close in ancient times. So, why does the IPC, as a follower of the Amber Lord, seek collaboration with the family instead of aligning with the Order?
The answer is simpler than you think. It's all about credits. Everyone's favorite thing and the universally recognized currency among the stars. The IPC, with each new world integrated into the credit system, the IPC adds another building block to its cause. Eventually, all exchanges capped by then, all planetary developments will be recorded in accounts with well-defined values and the ability for exchange and circulation. And the heart of everything will be Klepoth's credits.
Ah, and then the IPC will be able to exert...
Our intention is to establish enduring preservation. This universe doesn't need two types of order.
Well said. All right. Tell me your solution.
Let's continue our conversation. Thank you for your presence, Miss Himeko. Please allow me to introduce her to you, Mr. Alfalfa. This is Miss Himeko from the Astral Express, one of the future shareholders of Penacony.
I've heard so much about you, Mr. Alfalfa. It's an honor to meet you as representative of the Astral Express.
This stunning lady is the navigator of the Astral Express?
I believe everyone here is familiar with the general contents of the proposal. After this round of financing, the IPC is expected to hold 30% of Penacony's shares. Then, the IPC will transfer 5% of that stake to the Astral Express and recommend Miss Himeko as an independent director to honor the sacrifices and contributions made by the former Nameless to the land of the dreams.
While this decision isn't finalized yet, we are honored that everyone here recognizes the way of the Trailblaze. While the Nameless didn't embark on their journeys for fame or fortune, if this is the wish of both the family and the IPC, the entire crew has agreed to assist in the reconstruction of Penacony. Beyond that, in our future travels, we are committed to bringing the beautiful dreams of the planet of festivities to more worlds. Of course, all cooperation is based on the path of harmony in Penacony must not be distorted again, and such a tragedy must never recur.
Watch yourselves.
Old OT is in agreement. So, the issue...
They will soon realize the situation. When old Odie answered the last question...
When should we schedule the formal negotiations?
It's all up to you. I'll step back and let you handle the negotiations and takeover.
But Miss...
Aventurine initiated this case, and you were his project partner. If that kid hadn't overplayed his hand, I came here today to help you sort out the toughest issue. I trust you'll be able to wrap things up quite...
Of course. There won't be any problems. And please, give Diamond my assurance.
Don't worry. Diamond has always trusted us. I'll put in a good word for you, and you'll have Radiant Feldspar. What a fantastic ship. Now that my business is...
Ah, you want to open a Bon and Jade exchange branch on this ship too?
Opportunities like this don't come around often. Just look at the guests. Well, I'll take my leave. A pawn shop can't run without a boss. See you around, Topaz.
I have one more question for
you. Go ahead.
That dose of bitter poison. I'm curious.
I didn't find the information. It came to me. It was from... in return, I've agreed to help her with something. But that's for later. We can deal with it after we leave Penacony. You see, that's what investment is all about. The seeds of opportunity are already sown, like right now, for example. It's just about...
Sneaking in was way easier than I thought. The family's security is as lax as ever. So, this is the pawn shop that grants wishes. Is there really a place like that on the ship? I'll find out for myself if the rumors are true or not. Is that her? Huh.
By the way, there's Mr. Alfalfa and I discussed it. I'll present a gift to the Astral Express on behalf of the family. As a token of gratitude, please help me with the necessary arrangements.
Right away, Miss Robin.
Can I ask you...
Oh, greetings, miss. Is there anything I...
Do you know how to get to the pawn shop?
Pawn shop? Ah, you must be talking about Lady Bonajade's place, right? I heard she off. I've marked the pawn shop's location on your device. Please feel free to check it out.
Lady Bonajade. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. Was it from Silverwolf? Come to think of it, she disappeared after mentioning that she was going to meet with the Genius Society. I wonder how things turned out for her.
Welcome to Bonajade Exchange, Radiant Feldspar branch. How should I address you, dear lady?
Just call me Samuel.
Samuel. Nice name. So what do you need, Miss Samuel? And what are you willing to give up in return?
I want to keep on living. And for that, I'm willing...
Everything you have.
That's right.
Miss Samuel, I think you'd best turn around. It seems you're not...
What do you mean?
I mean it literally. I sense your burning desire to live, but Unfortunately, you don't have anything of equal value to offer.
Okay. A pawn shop that grants wishes.
That's quite a harsh accusation. I understand you may not fully comprehend what I mean. Go and talk to these people. They're all customers of my pawn shop. See for yourself. Once you've done that, come back to me. I'll help you understand the true meaning of pawn.
That Lady Bonajade feels more like a money lender rather than the owner of a pawn shop.
Which one should I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don Hung and Void Ranger Jive.
Don't change the words.
No, it's not the best. Sorry. I'll catch up with you later.
You stupid little...
Enough talk. Let's get started. This will be our final game. I'm betting my entire fortune.
Oh, a big talker, huh?
I won?
This can't be! You lost to me 10 times in a...
It's true! Lady Bonajade has truly... Finally, my luck has turned for the better.
Inspection complete. Nothing suspicious.
Excuse me.
I've prepared a gift for you, Dorothy.
Whoa! What a beautiful necklace! How did you know I love jewelry made of cymophane? It has the same purple hue as the necklace my dad...
So... Well... Will you go out with me?
I will. Really? I never said yes before because I thought you had no idea what I liked. But this gift made me realize you were actually paying attention.
Wonderful! So, shall we go, Dorothy?
Let's go.
Hey, did you see that? The gray-haired one outside.
Don't look around. Seriously, they look like a total lunatic.
Is that... her?
Yeah, you heard right. He's been hiding at the moment of soul in Penacony, using a fake identity. And he even... I've made a deal with the family. I'll leave the extra... How'd I find them? Well, 22 years. Yeah. 22 years of chasing this guy all over the... I'm gonna hang up for now, partner.
All of their wishes actually did come true.
don't understand. How... Chirp, origami bird. Hey, little birdie.
Come on. Oh, calm down already.
No, it's not the best. Sorry. I'll catch up with you.
So you're back, Miss Samuel.
Yeah. I found those people. And it seems they're... but I'm not sure what you want me to see.
Not so fast. This step was just to show you that the Bonajade exchange is genuine. That I had the power. S.T.A.L.K.E.R was from a wealthy family. He was head over heels for Dorothy and wanted to win her heart. So he made a deal with me. He put up his entire fortune in exchange for a gift that would have... It was a piece of cake for me, thanks to my IPC connections. However, Del will soon find himself evicted from the dreamscape because he can't afford his room. Whether he can bounce back from poverty, well, let's just hope that necklace will keep their relationship from crumbling. Then there's Stacy, a lady with a gambling addiction. She wanted some serious luck, but she had nothing to offer. So I took something. From the moment she stepped out of the Bonajade exchange, every casino in the cosmos would remember her name. But her parents and siblings would sever ties with her, and it would be impossible for Stacy to make any real friends again. She will accrue a vast wealth due to her good luck, but she'll never be able to use it. As for Detective Walker, he spent 2 decades chasing down a wanted criminal for some heinous crime. But he never he offered his own memory system as collateral. In due time, his memories as a detective will be erased, and he will completely forget his own identity. Interesting, don't you think? I fulfill people's desires and grant them favors, and soon they come back to me with even greater desires. When people see others' desires get fulfilled, they develop their own desires. It seems like an endless cycle, but it does have a goal. In the end, I will get what I desire from this whirlpool. And patience happens to be one of my greatest strengths. So now, do you understand what you must give up? AR 26710. A remnant of Glamoth's Iron Cavalry. You are much calmer than I expected. Entropy loss syndrome. Truly an unjust misfortune, isn't it? The higher-ups in Glamoth implemented such a failsafe within the genes of their warriors, just to make sure the Republic's most powerful weapons wouldn't fall into the wrong hands. As for the price, those Iron Cavalries weren't exactly seen as regular, independent humans, so there wasn't. However, you are different. You're now a Stellaron hunter, a living being named Firefly. Naturally, you want to continue your existence, but with the firmament front gone, the people who...
Are you
suggesting that the IPC has a remedy?
Well, there might be a silver lining.
I see. It's no wonder you said I can't provide anything of equal value. Because nothing... So... You're going to ask me to personally restrain my partners to ensure my own...
Unfortunately, that's not quite the case. Partners. A nice way to put it. Now I'm even more curious about the Stellaron Hunters. Each of you has your own identity and a special bond with each other. It's strong and intimate, and yet it allows for just as the 10 Stonehearts follow Diamond, you follow your own leader. I wonder what they are like, and if all Stellaron Hunters are like you, traveling on the path of finality, but struggling against your destiny, attempting to move in the opposite direction. I really hope that one day, all of you will come and visit my pawn shop. I'll be waiting patiently.
Can I see this as an invitation? From Diamond to the Stellaron Hunt?
Consider it more of a personal offer from myself. It doesn't represent the IPC or the Strategic Investment Department.
The Stellaron Hunters have interacted with the IPC, but not the 10 Stonehearts. Our paths have never crossed. You know who I am. And you must know that my partner is keeping an eye on this room. If she wanted to, she could let the entirety of Purepoint know about it within a few mere seconds. What drives you to take such a risk and extend this invitation on behalf of...
Simply put, you and I. However, unlike you Stellaron Hunters or the Astral Express, we band together merely to obtain what we want. Each of us has our own past and destined ends, and on this journey, we have been invited by Diamond to join him. This journey could be either brief or long, as each of us carries a void in our hearts that can only be filled from the outside. So, Diamond made us a promise to divide the power of the Emanator of Preservation into 10 pieces and give each of us a cornerstone to fill that void. Mortal flesh is fragile, yet my heart is unyielding like the monolith. For without this resolve, so, you understand? This pledge goes beyond a mere oath. It's our collateral in exchange, and whatever we gain from it will fortify the Stonehearts in return, allowing us to achieve the great cause of the preservation when the war among the eons eventually...
I understand.
Take your time, child. You don't need to give me an immediate answer. Like I said, patience is one of my greatest strengths.
If fate turns that page, our paths will cross again. It's a shame, though, that this pawn shop can't give me what I desire.
Lady Bonajade?
Turns out, the meeting to decide the future of Penacony went much smoother than expected. The Charmony Festival's opening ceremony is starting soon. This airship has quite a few treasures, a bountiful harvest.
Remember, I can take you out with just one shot whenever I choose.
Oh, that'd be my honor.
You bet.
Look who's here. The great hero of the Astral Express.
Oh, you're here too. Long time no... This fella is also tracking down that son of a gun. What's that saying again? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, let's set aside those under-the-table dealings for now, partner. Don't want to...
Oh, I agree. congratulate Miss Trailblazer. I hear the family intends to thank the crew at the Charmony Fest. Well, my job was just to give the IPC an opening. Other things aside, I think I did a pretty good job. Well, you were at Dreamflux Reef. We were actually close by. You wouldn't have been able to dig up so much dirty information. But that emanator didn't pull any punches. My body couldn't hold out too long. Otherwise, this would have been settled.
No problem. Punishing the wicked and eradicating evil is a top priority. What if making an entrance like that, us Galaxy Rangers are making a comeback? Reckon you'll meet quite a few followers of the hunting. Forget it. I'm not one to beat around the bush. I've got a score to settle with a high-ranking executive fella named Oswaldo Schneider.
The feud between the Marketing Development Department and the Strategic Investment Department is well known across the cosmos. But what I didn't expect was the involvement. Looks like...
Thank you. And
I'll pass. But I do hope you guys have fun.
Ah, yes. I remember you. Your performance at Herta's Spitten. No wonder that gambler likes you so much. Don't try to emulate that gambler's penchant for attempting to be overly clever. Very well. The Charmony Festival is about to commence soon. Take advantage of this unique opportunity. A blend of work. The executives of the IPC and the Guild say that we are strategic partners. Yet, from my perspective, I am invariably the teacher, and he, along with you and every other individual, is the student. From this perspective, Aventurine isn't what you'd call an ideal student. Yet, he's also not utterly obtuse. Alas, the void within him can never be filled by talent and knowledge. Let's hope he doesn't turn into a philosophical... Saying such a thing merely indicates that you have not truly grasped the essence. The principle of balancing work and relaxation is scientifically grounded, with the relevant proof process detailed on page 21 of the 31,467th issue of the academic journal Then you'll excuse me.
Well, if it isn't my old friend. So direct. Thinking about it, though, the lives of the Nameless are so excessively exciting. I heard you guys pulled off a big... If one day you're tired and looking for a change in work, look how bustling this ship is. Not bad. Someday when I'm less tied up, I plan to host a grand party. Transform? Oh, I understand now. You're referring to Aventurine's cornerstone, right? Sorry. Compared to him, my ability is not as visual. Guess there is no harm telling you. The abilities of the 10 Stonehearts' cornerstones are all different. Some can... now that I think about it, it was good that Branya got there when she did in Bellabog.
Hey there, lively lady. Welcome to the Bonajade. What should I call you? Not a bad name. So, Miss Sunday, What do you wish for? Oh, this is your wish. Sounds simple enough. Very pragmatic. To fulfill this wish, the thing I need is simple. The tail of an animal. Well, it's a two-legged animal with black fur, a round head, and long ears. It's omnivorous and is prone to mood swings. Most importantly, it has mastered the human language and can communicate. Bring its tail to me as collateral, and your dreams will come true. May fate.
What services do you require?
О, блядь. БП. Охуенно. А чё там рабочий день же это, блядь, с 10, блядь. Ну, сейчас у нас только 8 будет. Ну ладно. Бля, надеюсь, не выпадет Джон Мэй. Я выиграю 50 на 50. Очень хочу на это надеяться. Нормально. Он тянет, конечно, пиздец. Это у меня Е4 вроде. Да. Сейчас снова бездну получу Е5, и мне надо будет Е6.
The festival hasn't started. Let's take a quick...
Hi!
Who's that?
It's really you! I knew I didn't get the wrong person. It was you! I saw you opening treasure chests, hitting balloons, and playing dreamy slots. I don't think I'm mistaken. There's still some time before the Charmony Festival starts. Do you... Two murder cases, a showdown with the IPC's ambassadors, the legacy of the Nameless, and a remnant of the Order who wishes to replace an eon-created paradise with a dream. You guys even ended up shattering the dream. It's a good thing that you guys managed to overcome all those difficult problems. Congratulations! There will always be somewhere. Before joining the Stellaron Hunters, Elio told me that this journey will tell me how to live on. That's all he said. So, I'll pay extra attention to any leads that will let me live on. Yes, initially I thought the answer might lie with the riddle of the Watchmaker. I was looking in the... Do you know Miss Jade from the IPC's Strategic Investment Department? She told me her price. I know. But what she wanted wasn't my answer either. Of course, I want to live on. But... what fate owes me? Speaking of which... Actually... I feel that I still owe you a formal apology for even the smallest of lies can turn into a betrayal as sharp as a blade. It was an emergency, so I never had the chance to formally apologize to you. To me, hiding is much easier than being honest. Yet, I still want to try expressing my emotions as...
It's that girl! Get moving! Arrest that criminal before the Charmony...
I can't believe they've chased me this far. Looks like we have to say our goodbyes. Don't worry about me, just the script hasn't reached its end yet.
I hope she's okay. But if it's only those two hounds again, I'll send a message later to check in on her. Let's go attend the Charmony Festival first. Let's take a seat. Everything is settled. But there's still some time left. Forget it. I've done enough walking around already. Looks like I don't have to worry about her. Let's wait for the...
Hey, Miss Robin!
Hey, Miss Robin!
Over here, Miss Robin!
distinguished guests, fellow family members, ladies, gentlemen, it's a pleasure to join you all in celebrating the grandest ceremony of the Amber Era, the Charmony Festival. Firstly, on behalf of myself, I'd like to extend a warm... As you all may have noticed, this year's Charmony Festival is far from regular. Thanks to the efforts of everyone. Not only that, the customary opening ceremony held at the Penacony Grand Theater has now... We invite you to express your warmest applause and deepest appreciation for O.T. Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. What makes this festival so uniquely significant? As is widely known, the Radiant Feldspar had to halt its voyage thanks to the hard work of Penacony's internal and external factions. We've finally gotten the Dreamscape back on track, just in time for the Charmony Festival. And as they say. And finally, the last reason. Does everyone remember the Watchmaker? In truth, the father of Penacony, Ch.T.A.L.K.E.R, one of the legendary Nameless who laid the foundations of Penacony. In the most bewildering times of the planet of festivities, it was he who descended from the sky with his companions, who taught us through trailblazing where freedom lies. It was also they who It can be said that Penacony's splendid success today is deeply rooted in the trailblazing ethos the Watchmaker planted within us. Only by honoring this trailblazing spirit can we fulfill our mission and spread...
Aw, that's so nice of her. She's talking about us. Obviously. Wait, what?
And now, the sweet dream is back on track. All thanks to the Trailblaze, of course. If it were us, with unanimous consent from the 5 major lineages, Penacony's family, on behalf of all family members throughout the
Oh, I wonder if it's gonna be...
We will transfer ownership of the Radiant Feldspar to the Astral Express. A meager appreciation that we hope you will accept with grace.
Нихуя себе. Ебать, целый корабль нахуй.
Let us gift our applause and cheers to these brave and dauntless Nameless.
Ебать. Нихуя целый корабль подарили. Нормально. Теперь у нас есть не только поезд, но есть еще и роскошный, блять, огромный корабль. Своя, так скажем, блять, яхта есть.
And now, I propose harmony to the Trailblaze, to the future of Penacony and the universe. And cheers! Cheers!
Бухать! Бухать!
To make a decision like that, this little bird is no less capable than her brother.
Нормально, просто у него отжали яхту и нам подарили.
But have you forgotten someone, my gray-haired friend? I put a bomb on this ship. You have 10 minutes to find it. Better hurry.
Ах
When
ты
did
ж
this get
сучка.
shoved into my hands? There's still so many bombs. Now's not the time for plot twists. I can't handle this alone.
Да-да-да. Нихуя, тут вообще все есть, блять, в этом чате. Хотите посмотреть, кто выживет? Ок. Блять. Вы там авантюрину, лишь бы сдохнуть нахуй. Да ты робишь. А ты? И разрываете. Ну, лебедь должна эти бомбы вообще легко найти так-то. Похинул себя, нашел 131 бомбу.
At least I made some progress. Gotta keep. Сука. Не волнуйтесь, красота укажет на путь. Так,
than happy to help. But unfortunately, I'm preoccupied. Bob. It completely slipped my mind. I need your help, miss. You've had quite a few run-ins with Dr. Boone. And with the recent bomb situation, you're bound to find evidence. The first case is the Soul-Glad factory arson case. We found a hammer, a doll, and half a liter of unidentified fluid at the scene of the crime. The second case is the Blue Hour auction robbery. A gang of masked thugs broke in, stole a frat. Those are all the details. The way I see it, there must be a link, but I trust in your deduction. Which piece of evidence do you think is the deciding? Bing, bing! Correct answer! You're good, Greyhead. Seeing as you've put in so much effort, I'll throw you a bone. The bomb's not here. This is only a prank I've craftily set up. Welcome to the Radiant Feldspar, good lady. I'm a dangerous bomb. Really? Fork you! If you think this isn't intense to be frank, I didn't become an outlaw because I'm a fudging bomb. It's because I'm the fudging owner of an ancient mag. Care to experience it? I can chant it for you. Holy fudge, you're more insane than I am. The ritual is ready. Perk up your ears and listen closely to the most ancient. Luska, little sparkles. Luska, little sparkles.
Че, по-моему, решила тоже помочь нам, блядь, бомбу искать? Ну, в принципе, блядь, это же наша яхта, ёпта. Этим хуй мы, блядь, будем за нее впрягаться, блядь. Нихуя себе. Я хуй поймешь, где я был, бля, где я не был, нахуй.
at all. I do like surprises.
Welcome. I am Eon. If you can answer the... I'll be honest. Listen up. Correct answer. I hate smart.
May song bring us victory. Resonate all together. I'm scared. Protect me.
Much obliged.
What do you hit? I'm breaking. I hope for an end to strife in the world. I'm gonna hold everyone back again. Do you know this big diamond? It's all yours.
I have something for
Tonight, stars echo.
Perhaps ČistoyeNebо never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Thieves or devils, I'll crush them all!
Honored to meet with me.
Time for an overhaul.
Nation. Да, блять, я не успеваю читать Алона.
Not much time left.
Бля, я думал этот... бля. Я думаю, монстрный баг, за который мне не фри дадут, а мне в итоге нихуя не дали за него. Блять, обидно так-то. Чё? Хелиоби?
We meet again. I never thought I'd see you currently on this luxury cruise ship enjoying... Old acquaintance. I'm a heliobus, originally from the Lafu's Fixtural Garden. I'm patched. I forgot what happened. But anyway, I ended up in Penacony. I've come to realize the people here don't treat subcultures... Yes, meme. That's it. They even have forms. I'm good friends with a meme with sharp teeth and claws. Oh, speaking of, I hope you can find...
блядь. Типа она нашла последнюю бомбу, да?
28 minutes, 46 seconds. 28 minutes, 45 seconds.
You're here! The masked fools? Since you're here, I'll just keep it short. Just over half an hour ago, I received a message.
27 minutes, 52 seconds. 27 minutes.
The Sweet Dream has lost the protection of the Order. If it were to blow up here, the consequences would be unfathomable. Apart from its creator, I fear no one knows how to deactivate it. You mean the Watchmaker's guests? That's a pity. Based on the Memo Keeper may be able to teleport the bomb to a deserted location, but... I don't know what grudges they have, but this... That's probably not possible. Time is running out and she is a master of disguise. Actually, there might be enough. Do you still remember? The script said that I will I think this moment, Harold.
Сейчас не время для поворота сюжета.
You may already know that I have no way of evoking dreams. I employ a S.T.A.L.K.E.R hunter's special method in order to enter dreams. As long as I can bear the pain of the Memoria pressure, I'll be able to dive into the primal memory zone beyond the dream. And I will take this bomb into the depths of the dreamscape. As deep as possible, where there are no living souls around. Don't worry. I believe that this Firefly armor will be enough to take me to where I need to go before the countdown ends. And maybe even make it back safely. At present, this is our best and most logical course of action. After all, a long story deserves a happy ending. I have some words to share with you, though they were spoken to me by Miss Acheron. She said at the moment, there are so many things that seem impossible. But are they really never going to happen? Maybe it's just that the moment to disprove whether it be a literal ending, suffering akin to death, or a harrowing deathscape. Before the appointed destination arrives, they are all the same. That when that moment arrives for us to make a choice, the answer to it is not destiny that shapes us, but we. The Astral Express and the S.T.A.L.K.E.R hunters are like light and shadow. We walk on different paths, intertwined, moving forward and growing together. Maybe the end is predestined, but it is not today.
Since things are going too well, let's speed up the countdown.
Human life is short, just like fireflies to a flame. So if you have an answer in your heart, always remember, don't leave with any regrets. We have this right, don't we?
Я что-то такое и предполагал, честно говоря.
Why don't you go take a closer look?
You see, everything is possible in this land of dreams. We each came here with our own goals and realized them in unimaginable ways.
Что происходит?
If the result was a sweet illusion or a bitter reality. It was an answer we longed for, day and night. So, why do people choose to slumber? I think it's as you said. Because in the end, we will wake up from our dreams.
Это было все наебало. Типа, это была сюжетная хуйня, в которой, типа, мы были не посвящены.
I happened to see a child holding it. He said the flowers were prepared by Aunt Jessie. For the watchmaker, Mikhail would place 2 bunches of flowers here year after year. Your wishes will always be remembered by someone. Now, Penacony, as you hoped, has welcomed the dawn after a long, dark night. The path forward may not be a bed of roses, but at least people are prepared. Tiernan, you can go home now. While the Nameless are also preparing for the next stop of their voyage.
But before leaving, we still have one last...
A fitting end to the tale of the departed. One could not ask for a better farewell. Go on.
Honestly, when I heard the conductor's request, the Nameless, those who trailblaze, doing good deeds but never seeking recognition. After all this time, how would we... But it seems, in the
History may not remember the names of the dead, but the first glimmer of light in the prolonged night often illuminates little, as it is fleeting in the darkness. But because of this, people will remember. As long as something shines in the night sky, then when the first star falls, Brooklyn Tiernan, Rosalina, Jay, and Estella, we raise a toast to you, trailblazers of the Silver Rail. A toast to history that no longer remains silent. The passionate and courageous pursuit, and a voyage.
That statue, it wasn't here.
Looks like this is the last riddle that Mr. Gallagher... In the end, we still failed to figure out his true identity, or if he was even a living person.
What should I say? I mean, this guy is definitely a history fictionologist, all right. Either way, he's an... And at least our journey together in Penacony was real enough. And his loyalty and love for this land. Gallagher, we raise a toast to you. To the festival's invitation. To all... If we ever meet again, please don't talk in riddles.
Is the Astro Express ready to depart Penacony?
Apologies, Mr. Mika, that we are only now bidding you farewell.
Oh, that's all right. You've all done so much for the Watchmaker, and we are forever indebted. Allow me.
What will the people of Dreamflux Reef do now?
Many will continue to live here. Those accustomed to being awake will mostly have a hard time getting used to a life of darkness with their eyes closed. Though the order has faded, Penacony's nights are long, and there are many who are still far from... We're still...
Mika and residents of Dreamflux Reef, we raise a toast to you, to your tenacity throughout time, to each sorrowful night.
In the end, we still came. This trailblazing expedition started from the moment you and a bellboy ran into each other. After going on a journey of many just like a clock's hands that turn round and round, the start and end of each day will always land on 12. There shouldn't be much left to say. This entire adventure started because of you. And then, a new page will... S.T.A.L.K.E.R, we raise a toast to you, watchmaker of the land of the dreams, to Penacony's past, present, future.
With that, our duty as nameless should be complete, right?
The trailblaze can illuminate the way, but ultimately...
I still feel that Mr. McHale must have really wanted to witness...
What's on your mind, March?
Just a strange feeling. I had it a few stops.
Why not talk about it? Maybe everyone's thinking this.
I can't help but think that whether it's Mr. McHale, Mr. Tiernan, or Madame Rosalina, they were also young once, stumbling and bumbling around just like us, getting into scraps and mischief, that sort of stuff. But those things are all in the past. Yeah, maybe that's the it'll be easier to understand if I use an analogy. Like when you're reading a book. If one of its characters keeps running into obstacles and experiences an ending full of regrets, we're bound... Because we've seen every nook and cranny of their lives, we see these people as so... Even if there are parts of it that aren't really realistic nor logical, but what if they... And when Mr. McHale sat in this chair, waiting for the Astral Express to arrive every day, what was he thinking? And if, at the end of his life, he could still firmly say he had no... Then, what is this regret we feel in our hearts right now?
I think each and every one of us is searching. The universe is vast, and our lives are but specks. The trailblaze never ends, but against the backdrop of the cosmos, the average person's lifelong... But it is in this minuscule distance that paths cross, and countless worlds connect. The universe may not remember every person who leaves a tie along this. As long as we remember, their stories will never end. And what Mr. McHale has left for us is his answer to this very question. It may not be perfect, but it left a smile on this storied, jaded, and its meaning will be interpreted by those who come after.
It's not the answer that's important, but what we can...
This is what trailblazing is.
Sure. I'm really sorry for bringing down the vibe. Quick, Don Hung, tell us a dad joke to lighten the mood.
It's never a bad thing to reflect. One day we'll all have...
But before that, we still have a long way ahead of us together.
So the most important thing right now is to tell the conductor what we saw in Penacony. Then prepare ourselves for our next trailblazing destination.
I should get back to the Express. Or maybe I could say my final goodbye to Acheron.
Ну, с Ахерон надо проститься, я думаю. Она как бы тоже, ну, блядь, свою лепту внесла.
Do you still remember when we first arrived in Penacony? Who would have thought? Come to think of it, simply put, I'm a self-annihilator who was cursed by the Nihility. My hometown was destroyed a long time ago, and the whole world was erased beneath theirs. In order to fight against the cruel end of self-destruction, I went on a journey, in search of a way to sever the chains of the Nihility. After a long and grueling search, in there lurks a secret called Device 9. The ocean of stars is vast, and given our destinations, I'm afraid our paths... But the trailblazing expedition ahead is always full of unknowns, and my blade is sharp enough to sever fate. As long as we maintain our original resolve. In that case, I must apologize for my rudeness. Do you remember when we first... Because of the Self-Annihilator's curse, my memories are stripped away, blurring my past. And after our journey together, what I originally thought were familiar feelings were merely illusions. I believe this was... What do you mean? It's improbable that you've crossed paths with my past self. What I mean is, there is... I see. You've also had a similar experience? Then you should know... Long ago, I too was like you, with irreplaceable companions. We also embarked on journeys, making the best choices we could, whenever we could. Unfortunately, we didn't achieve the outcome we wanted. But moments like this... In this universe, there exist countless worlds that are similar yet different. And countless people who are I too have wandered alone, encountering acquaintances on strange worlds, seeing their silhouettes overlap with my past. In your opinion, what does this déjà vu mean? Attachment, desire, longing. I believe it's not something external, but something that originates within us. An emotion that traverses time. Perhaps it's a source of warmth and happiness. Or maybe it brings pain and sorrow. Each time we reminisce on our past, we always seem to notice a tiny, but that is a summary of our lives, encapsulating everything about us in these moments. Proof. Within them, we glimpse our own essence. And just like everyone in this story, hurtling onwards along the path of destiny with passion and courage, set forth on your voyage without hesitation, Nameless. On the path of the trailblaze, even if the ending has been predetermined, that's fine. There are countless things that humans cannot, but before that, on the road towards the end, and because of this, the end, this is the mean. All those things, beautiful before, are still, it will still bloom at the end of the nihility. Until we meet again beneath the sun's rays.
Some method.
Still better than just standing there like a How could you say that? Don't be so mean. And while we told Pom Pom all about our adventure, and they said the conductor never. Pom Pom is just angry. Yeah, angry. No matter where the express stops, you lot always manage to cause chaos. My well thought out timetable completely ignored. If you carry it, that's right. Pom Pom is just angry. It's not because it.
It's okay. Oh, everyone, could you all take a break in the next car? Don't worry, I'll stay here with.
But.
Let's go, March.
I never expected Pom Pom would be.
Those three nameless must have meant a lot to Pom Pom.
No one knows exactly when Pom Pom boarded the express, but one can surmise that the fact that they're crying so hard is probably a good sign. It proves that Pom Pom's emotions haven't become dulled by the grind of time. They leave it to Himiko. When it comes to comforting, there's no one better on the express. Well, they were a little emotional at the time. Since you joined us, the Express has stayed longer than anticipated at every stop along the way. And to ensure that everyone always makes it back on board, Pom Pom has had no choice but to delay.
I see. No wonder I can.
Turns out Pom Pom's been silently putting in a lot of work.
Different from typical vehicles, the Astral Express converts every trailblaze into the energy it needs to run. Ideally, as long as trailblazing expeditions, but because of our previous encounters, fuel is being used up much faster than expected.
Only 2 more? Isn't that super risky? Oh, I don't want. When you put it like that, but I don't even want to become an adorable ice cube floating.
Which also means that we must prudently.
Yes, I've already checked the astral charts. The 2 nearest worlds to us are the oceanic planet. As for which one we're headed to.
Or perhaps you might consider a suggestion. Everyone, we meet again.
It's you! Why were you just in.
It's a very cute room, Miss March. Just like you.
Memo Keeper, let's put aside how you managed to sneak past everyone and board the Express.
I accidentally overheard. I just wanted to chat with everyone to see if we could work together. But now, it appears.
Please speak candidly. Depending on what you say, we could very well.
Ah, the Permanence's descendant. What a charming little dragon. Especially with those. But I digress. If the Astral Express is in urgent need of a special trailblazing expedition to recharge its engine, have you all considered this? Perhaps your destination could be a world that even the renowned Aki. Should you be able to lay down a new stretch of silver rail, the Express may never have to work.
Trailblazing to a world that even Akivilli has never been to? Is that.
Continue, Memo Keeper. This destination.
A world that many across the universe don't even know exists. A world hidden away from outside observation. Its presence only revealed, but a world fettered by 3 paths. Its destiny, the eternal land, Amphorius.
I hope I'm not too late, child.
I wasn't expecting.
Don't you know how many sentry posts the family has built? And how hard it is to get you out of here? What do you mean? What time?
Negotiation, interrogation, or death. My fate lies in the dance is done. Why bother with the compassionate pretense?
Despite your fall from grace, you still look well. I'm very glad to see that you're...
Do not insult my pride with half...
Oh, of course not. I merely came to fulfill your younger sister's wishes. To offer you a generous...
Robin?
To build a true haven where everyone can attain peace. If I told you there was still a chance to realize this... I recognize the gravity of this... Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm, and walk their lands. See what this world is truly like. As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. The sweet dream still continues, and the night is still long. A word of advice for you before we part ways. A word of warning. Life is too short to miss him.
Вот и все-то. Доктор Примитив без ума от бананов. Он начнет платить зарплату. К сожалению, пока нет таких планов. Охуенно. Завидуй молодежи. Да блять, можно не так быстро, нахуй. Хрис, так ты все это время живешь в бедности? Тебе пишет сладко. Ну да, блядь. Кто тут хозяин?
The tour is over, and it's time for some rest.
Бля, чуть не хватает. Кто я? Не унывай, тебя даже не уволили. Пять бутылок. Всего лишь. Вот. Ты знаешь, кто я, блядь?